This message comes from Mint Mobile. Starting at $15 a month, make the switch at mintmobile.com/switch. $45 upfront payment for 3 months. 5 gigabyte plan equivalent to $15 a month. Taxes and fees extra. First 3 months only. See terms.
From NPR and WBEZ Chicago, this is Wait, Don't Tell Me, the NPR News Quiz. I'm the voice so soothing. Lullabies listen to me to fall asleep. I'm Bill Curtis, and here's your host at the Studebaker Theater at the Fine Arts Building in Chicago, Illinois, Peter Sagal.
Thank you, Bill. Thank you, everybody. Thank you so much. So good to be with you. We do have a great show for you today. Later on, we're going to be talking to Kali Reis, a champion boxer who seemingly almost overnight became an acclaimed and Emmy-nominated actor starring in HBO's True Detective. She's now starring in the upcoming movie Mercy. We assume that she learns her lines by punching them. If you'd like to try your hand at a non-contact competition, give us a call to play our games. That's 1-888-WAIT-WAIT. That's 1-888-924-8924. It's time to welcome our first listener contestant. Hi, you're on Wait, Don't Tell Me.
Hi, Peter. My name is Benjamin, and I'm calling from Boston, Massachusetts.
Boston? I spent a lot of time in Boston, one of my favorite places. What do you do there?
Well, I work as a computational chemist at a scientific software and discovery company called Schrödinger.
Typical Boston guy, am I right?
Absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely. That's great. Well, welcome to the show, Benjamin. Let me introduce you to our panel this week. First up, she's host of the TikTok series Boy Room, found wherever you might watch your short-form videos. It's Rachel Coster.
Hey, Benjamin.
Next up, he's a comedian and co-host of the new podcast, Health Stuff, which is found wherever you get your podcasts. It's Hari Kondabolu.
Hello, sir.
Hi, Hari.
And he is the host of the daily podcast TBTL, as well as the public radio variety show Livewire, which will be live at the Reser Center for the Arts in Beaverton, Oregon on January 23rd. It's our old friend, Luke Burbank. Hey there, Benjamin.
Hi, Luke.
So, Benjamin, welcome to the show. You're going to play Who's Bill? This time, Bill Curtis is going to read you 3 quotations from this week's news. If you can correctly identify or explain just 2 of them, you will win our prize. Any voice from our show you might choose for your voicemail. Are you ready to go?
Yeah, I'm ready.
All right. Your first quote is from President Trump, responding to a country saying it wanted to remain part of Denmark.
That's their problem.
Whose problem is it that they don't want to be invaded by the United States?
That would be Greenland.
That would be Greenland. This week, the administration met with the leaders of both Denmark and Greenland and told them, get ready to get liberated. Trump has been obsessed with Greenland for a long time, and we know why. They made Greenland one of the 5 words he had to remember on his cognitive test.
I don't think I knew Greenland was a real place until about 8 months ago.
I don't think the president did either.
Yeah, that's why neither of us should be trying to take control of the place we only learned existed 8 months ago.
Now, people have speculated, and the White House has not been able to deny this, that Trump wants Greenland so badly because it looks so much bigger on flat maps, right, than it actually is. The Mercator projection is if I needed to tell NPR people about that.
Yeah, right.
We should never have given him any of those map of the world placemats.
It's oil, right? What is up there?
No,
what is there?
There's rare earth minerals.
Oh, okay, right.
Which ones?
I don't know.
That's
I would love to
He
invest.
doesn't know. They're rare, though, and they're in the earth. We have to go get them, right?
There's got to be aliens there or something. Like, he knows something.
You think?
Yeah, of course. Why would he be so excited and be keeping it such a secret? Rare minerals, no one's going to look into that. An alien, I would live there if no one else is there. And I haven't thought this one through. Sorry, guys.
Okay, all right. Well, yeah. Hey, pretty much neither has anyone else.
Yeah.
So that's...
You want to be president?
Exactly. All right, very good. Here is your next quote.
We will be installing a few bidets in Gracie Mansion.
That was somebody moving into his new residence in New York this week. Who is it?
That would be Zoran Mamdani.
Zoran Mamdani. Very good, Benjamin. 2 weeks after his inauguration, New York's new mayor, Zoran Mamdani, and his wife, Rama, are moving from, this is true, their one-bedroom apartment in Queens to the 11,000-square-foot mansion on the Upper East Side of Manhattan that he gets to live in for free. See, he told you he would make housing more affordable. And the bidets that he is, in fact, having installed there are just confirming for his many enemies that he is one of those effete European types. Real Americans don't even wash their hands.
He's installing bidets, or as we say in New York, he's taking care of the subway.
The underground?
As it were.
I'm a huge proponent of bidets. As I've often said, if you got some peanut butter and a shag rug, you wouldn't take it out with a paper towel. And
Yes.
but
I've never heard that metaphor before, and I think I can tell you why.
but like,
Carpeting is so old-fashioned.
because of my love of bidets, I was doing some remodeling at my house, and I thought I was really upgrading these two little bathrooms. Both of them have these robo-toilets that have the bidet built into the toilet.
Yes, those great
And I
Japanese
was so
wash
excited to have people over and to have everybody enjoying this like really nice experience. And everyone has been going out to the garage to use the one normal toilet at my house because these toilets are terrifying if you've never used one before.
I ask both for myself and for the new mayor of New York, if you were to throw a party or a gathering in which the purpose was to have people use the bidets that you're so proud of, what do you serve?
See, that's a trap, and I'm not going to fall into it. We did have a comment card that people were filling out on the way out, like, how did you enjoy your bidet experience?
I understand. What's interesting, this is, and I don't think this has ever been as true in the history of New York politics, it's such an upgrade for the Mamdanis, right? 11,000 square feet is a tremendous amount of space to fill when you only own 2 IKEA tables and a futon. Prior mayors, right? Very different. Mayor Bloomberg, this is true, never moved into Gracie Mansion because it would have been a downgrade from his own home. That's true. Now, Rudy Giuliani, on the other hand, keeps texting Mamdani, asking him if it's cool if he comes back and couch surfs for a couple of weeks while he gets some things sorted.
Eric Adams just lived in the club.
Yeah.
He didn't have to go home. He was riding some Molly High.
Yeah.
All right, Benjamin, your last quote is from a NASA astronaut talking about their next mission.
We are ready. We are going.
Turns out that very soon we will be going back where?
Would that be the moon?
It would be, Benjamin, the moon. NASA announced this week that the first Artemis moon mission could launch as soon as February 6th, which is really soon. I mean, all of a sudden they're going to the moon. This is like when my family puts off making spring break plans for too long, and then it's like, oh my God, it's coming up in 3 weeks. Oh, well, let's just go to the moon again. It's nice.
Man, the moon landing. Really? Yet another Hollywood remake. Am I right?
Can't they come up with any original IP?
Yeah.
Is it really that interesting to go to the moon anymore? Because we've already done it, and at this point, it's just a gas station on the way to Mars.
Well, that's why they're going. They need to set up the gas station.
Right.
Is Tom Hanks going to be part of this moon mission? Because I really think he should be. He did good last time.
He did it fine, yeah.
Like, it looked bad for a while, but he figured it out.
Yeah. By the way, the news came the same week, I don't know if this was a coincidence, that a crew of 4 NASA astronauts returned to Earth early from the International Space Station because of a, quote, health issue, unquote. NASA isn't saying what it is, and neither is that little freak that just burst out of the astronaut's chest. Bill, how did Benjamin do in our quiz?
Benjamin is so smart. He got them all right.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Benjamin, congratulations, and I'll see you around the Commons someday, I hope.
Looking forward to it.
Take care. Bye-bye.
I hope you're having a good time. We'll reach a destination soon. We're just having a quick ride to the moon.
Right now, panel, time for you to answer some questions about this week's news. Rachel.
Yes.
Rachel, scientists working together around the world have finally agreed on the answer to the most important question about exercise. What is that question?
How long before you get abs if you don't do that much work?
You're close.
Okay.
You're close, but that's not right.
What's the best way to make someone fall in love with you for your body, but not in a way that they'll break up with you if you change? I don't know the real answer.
So I love that. The idea is like, you want them to fall in love with you because you're like hard-bodied,
Gorgeous.
sexy, completely, completely
But then
snatched.
if things like kind of you get comfortable and like you're just having like meals at home a lot, then
What is
stick
the
around?
time frame in this transformation in your mind?
I can gain weight pretty fast, I would say. I would say within a month.
Okay,
I'm a different
I'm just
girl.
going to say, just based on this conversation, I'm going to say that you'll be very interested in this finding because they've figured out what about exercise, specifically the amount of exercise.
1 hour a week, all you need.
I'm going to give it to you. They've figured out the minimum amount of exercise people need. Working out once a week for 20 minutes
20 minutes?
has real benefits.
No.
It's science.
This country's gone soft. I agree with Peg said. He's
Literally.
right.
Yeah. Walking a little more quickly, just a little bit more quickly, will extend your lifespan significantly. Even vigorously running errands helps. So just order, really, this is true, this is science. So just order some weights from Amazon and then immediately return them. You did it. Now, enjoy that smoothie. You've earned it.
So my walk to the coffee shop in the morning and back, that I'm good.
Yeah, but
You're basically a hero.
if you were...
It's that easy now.
If you just walk more quickly and make it just a little hard, then you get huge health benefits, and you'll extend your lifespan.
All right. I'll think about it.
Right. Coming up, our panelists rub elbows with the rich and famous in our Bluff the Listener game. Call 1-888-WAIT-WAIT to play. We'll be back in a minute with more of Wait, Wait, Don't Tell Me from NPR. This message comes from Grammarly. In today's fast-paced work environment, switching between multiple single-function tools can be time-consuming. Grammarly provides real-time writing support designed to help professionals polish emails, presentations, and proposals in one place. 93% of professionals report that Grammarly helps them get more work done. Sign up for Grammarly free and get your professional writing from draft to done. Visit Grammarly.com. That's Grammarly.com.
This message comes from Whole Foods Market. Follow your wellness goals and save big with sales on supplements and vitamins. Explore an abundance of high-quality multivitamins, probiotics, and protein powders. Keep good habits going strong. Cook homemade meals featuring sustainable wild-caught sockeye salmon and many more delicious and lean protein options. For wellness when you need it, shop Smart Meal shortcuts to stay motivated, like ready-to-eat salad kits. Shop all things wellness at Whole Foods Market.
This message comes from LinkedIn, who knows how even one hiring nightmare can ruin your small business dreams. That's why LinkedIn Jobs' new AI assistant uses insights from over 1 billion professionals to create a personalized shortlist of the best applicants, and even finds candidates you would have otherwise missed, so you can hire right the first time. Start hiring with LinkedIn and post your job for free today at linkedin.com/NPR.
This message comes from Instacart. It's Sunday, 5 p.m. You had a nonstop weekend. You're running on empty, and so is your fridge. You're in the trenches of the Sunday scaries. You don't have it in you to go to the store, but this is your reminder. You don't have to. You can get everything you need delivered through Instacart so that you can get what you really need, more time to do whatever you want. Instacart, for one less Sunday scary.
From NPR and WBEZ Chicago, this is Wait, Wait, Don't Tell Me, the NPR News Quiz. I'm Bill Curtis. We are playing this week with Rachel Custer, Hari Kondabolu, and Luke Burbank. And here again is your host at the Studebaker Theater in Chicago, Illinois, Peter Sagal.
Thank you, Bill. Right now it's time for the Wait, Wait, Don't Tell Me Bluff the Listener game. Call 1-888-WAIT-WAIT to play our game in the air. Hi, you are on Wait, Wait, Don't Tell Me.
Hi, this is Lauren from Minneapolis, Minnesota.
Minneapolis. Got a lot of fans here, Minneapolis does. What do you do there?
I'm an internal auditor at the Federal Reserve Bank of Minneapolis.
Yeah, okay. You live in Minneapolis, you work at the Federal Reserve. You have no stress in your life whatsoever. I'm so glad to hear it. Well, Lauren, it's great to have you with us. You're going to play the game in which you must try to tell truth from fiction. Bill, what is Lauren's topic?
I'm starstruck.
It's always exciting to meet a celebrity. Who knows, you might discover that stars are just like us, except, of course, they're not. Our panelists are going to tell you about a star-studded encounter that we found in the news. Pick the one who's telling the truth. You'll win our prize, the Wait Waiter of your choice in your voicemail. Are you ready to play?
Yep.
All right, first let's hear from Hari Kondabolu.
When Jatin Chopra went shoe shopping last week, he thought he was getting some new kicks. Instead, he picked up The Story of a Lifetime. As the music blasted in the trendy streetwear store Tootsie's, Chopra heard a quiet psst, psst from the bench next to him. It was Timothy Chalamet. Chopra was familiar with Chalamet's work because, according to Chopra, quote, "My wife has a huge crush on him, which is weird because he looks like that." But Chalamet wasn't at the store to promote his new movie or white rap. He was there to buy sneakers, and he had a problem. According to Chopra, Chalamet whispered, "Hey bro, can you tie my shoes for me? I never learned." That's right, while Timothy Chalamet can sing like Bob Dylan, play professional level ping pong, and do whatever Dune is about, he never learned how to tie his shoes. Jatin Chopra didn't just tie Chalamet's laces, but he Mr. Rogered the situation and taught him how to do it for himself. Wow, they really do look like bunny ears, marveled the Oscar-nominated actor.
The man teaches Timothy Chalamet how to tie his shoes because you didn't know how. Your next story of a dazzling "How do you do" comes from Rachel Koster.
Football fans will do whatever it takes to lift their team's spirits. Usually that only goes as far as wearing the team's colors or getting really hammered and screaming at them. But for one fan, it didn't stop there. Natasha Lane, a Florida native, was waiting for a friend outside of Pete's Bar in Jacksonville, a bar with mostly positive reviews, excluding one-star review that says, "Stay away, lots of fights, if you like that." As she waited, who else would enter the bar but Jacksonville Jaguars star quarterback Trevor Lawrence, who was coming off a high from his victory against the Titans 41-7. Lawrence wasn't the only winner that night because upon seeing him in all of his big football guy glory, Natasha Lane asked what every girl dreams of asking an insanely hot pro athlete when he walks into your neighborhood bar. She asked if she could squat him. The 5'5" tall 31-year-old hoisted the 6'6" tall 220-pound Lawrence onto her back and proceeded to squat him 5 times with perfect form. The Samsonian effort was recorded by a friend and went viral. When asked what Lane would do if she ever saw Trevor Lawrence again, she replied, "I would ask, can I squat you again?"
A woman meets her sports hero in a bar and immediately asks to squat him. Your last VIP in passing comes from Luke Burbank.
Sandy DiCarlo knew her plumber looked familiar. As she explained to the Daily Columbian last week, the toilet in our guest bathroom kept backing up, so I called a company to come fix it, and when the guy shows up, I was like, "Is that Christian Bale?" It was Christian Bale, doing research for an upcoming film role where he plays a plumber. He introduced himself as Ricky, but I could definitely tell he was Christian Bale, said DiCarlo, who counts herself a fan of his work in the Batman movies and American Psycho. I told him what an honor it was to have Christian Bale fixing my toilet, but he just looked at me like I was crazy and headed for the guest bathroom. After 4 hours of dismantling the toilet with apparently no clear idea on how to reassemble it, it also became obvious that Christian Bale doesn't know anything about plumbing. According to DiCarlo, Bale was swearing under his breath in his Welsh accent, which was another big giveaway. Eventually, Ricky said he needed to go back to the shop to get more parts. That was last Tuesday. He has yet to return. But Sandy is not mad. She says, "I just think it's so cool that the Christian Bale broke my toilet."
All right. One of these celebrity encounters happened in the news, and We found it. Can you pick it out from the fakes? Was it from Hari Kondabolu, a man who happened to run into Timothée Chalamet in a shoe store and taught him to tie his shoes? From Rachel Koster, a woman who ran into the quarterback of the Jacksonville Jaguars, threw him upon her shoulders and did squats? Or from Luke Burbank, a woman who was convinced that it was Christian Bale who came to her house and ruined her toilet? Which of these is the real celebrity encounter we found in the news?
I'm going to say it's Trevor Lawrence. It seems like something a girl would do.
Here's the great thing. We happen to have, for you now, the voice of the celebrity in question describing the event.
Did not think that was going to happen, so, I mean, I knew I was going to squat. She didn't just pick me up.
That was Trevor Lawrence talking about getting squatted in a bar for a group of reporters. Congratulations, your instincts were correct. That is something a woman would do. Lauren, congratulations. You have correctly, you first of all won a point just because Rachel told the truth for her, but you have also won our prize. So congratulations very much.
Thank you.
Congratulations, and thank you so much for calling. And now the game we call Not My Job. If you first saw actor Kali Reis starring with Jodie Foster in the series True Detective Night Country on HBO, you probably said, wow, what an amazing actor. Did she train at Yale or Juilliard? No, she trained at the Big Six Boxing Academy in Providence, Rhode Island. The former world champion welterweight boxer now stars in the movie Mercy, coming out next week. Kali Reis, welcome to Wait, Wait, Don't Tell Me. So, I was kind of describing myself. I saw you in True Detective Night Country. I was extremely impressed, as were the Emmy committee. You were nominated. And I was amazed to discover that was, as far as I can tell, your third professional acting job. Right?
Correct. It was my third professional acting job, first TV show ever.
Wow. And you did, in fact, train at the Big Six Boxing Academy in Providence, where you're from, right?
Yes, that is my extended family. I've been training with them for a very, very long time.
And from a very young age, when did you start boxing?
Around the age of 13 or 14, I found boxing. Prior to that, I played softball, played basketball. I'm one of 5 kids. I'm the youngest girl. I always tried to do what my big brothers did. But nobody in my family boxed. It was kind of, growing up, I wanted to be the Karate Kid. I wanted to be Bruce Lee. I was so obsessed with Rocky. So it just kind of happened.
Yeah. Wow. I mean, you were obsessed with Rocky. Wait a minute. I know some elite athletes. It doesn't just kind of happen, right? You must have really been dedicated to it.
Yeah, I was dedicated to it. I mean, I was a little rough kid growing up. I wouldn't start fights, but I'd finish them.
Oh yeah.
So, I didn't like to see kids getting bullied. I didn't like getting bullied, so I would always be the one standing up for the bullies. But it wasn't like I wasn't trying to be a fighter. I do come from a very musically inclined family, very artistic family. Fun fact, my father used to actually play with Marky Mark and the Funky Bunch. He was
Really?
He was part of the bunch?
He was part of the bunch. She was the keyboard player, so there was good vibrations everywhere.
Wait a minute. You're a descendant of Marky Mark. You truly are New England royalty.
I'll take that.
I know, that is amazing. And so, again, I stress how amazed I am that with a background not in acting, how good an actor you are. I know you have talked about how the discipline and focus of elite boxing has helped you in the acting world. But isn't there an element of acting in boxing? I mean, like in the weigh-ins when you're glaring at the opponent, you're fronting a little bit, right? I mean, did that?
Oh, it's an entertainment business at the very core of it. I mean, we're up on a stage, we're performing. There's a character. I'm not going around one shot and hit people on the street. That's not who I am as a person. But it's also you have to be an artist. You have to, you have to be really calm. You have to prepare. But there are people who build characters, big charismatic entertainment. All that build up is really good for when people tune in. I mean, we have some really cool things happening in boxing because of that charismatic type of entertainment value of boxing. So absolutely, we are performing there.
Right. I mean, was there ever a moment when you started acting where you were you were completely at sea and you were you mean they want me to say these words as if I'm thinking of them now? I mean, you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's a crazy concept, but what helps me is I have a huge imagination. It's not a big surprise I got into acting. It wasn't something that I grew up with. I want to be an actor, but I used to have these, like, I love to, like, just people watch and observe. So I used to have this character that I used to get my mom stuff, like her jewelry and everything, and I used to have this, I'm from Rhode Island, we have a very heavy accent, but there's some more than others. I used to have this character called Mary, and I used to come out her room like, how you doing, darling? I love to see it. I used to do this whole thing. And it wasn't so far-fetched, so it really wasn't. I could immerse myself in this imaginary world anytime by myself, which should be studied. I probably should. People as a child. I don't know why my mom didn't have me go to therapist.
Speaking of your accent, I read that in True Detective Night Country, you play an Alaskan native. But what I read, and you can tell me if it's true or not, is that your native Rhode Island accent would come out frequently enough that they figured they'd better write that into your character, so that it would be explicable if all of a sudden you're like looking at a corpse or something and you're like, oh, that's wicked gross.
I love Issa, the director. She decided to make my character part of it because I was, working with the dialect coach to keep my quote-unquote accent at bay. I didn't want to sound like Peter Griffin making, an investigation. You know what I mean? So
I think you just sold the next hit series for HBO, by the way. Hopefully with you in the lead. But go on.
It was weird how your character always had a cup of Dunkin' in her hand at all times.
So in everything you've starred in so far, from like True Detective to this new movie, Mercy, you always play people who seem like they could and would kick your ass at any moment. So do you ever want to get cast in like a different kind of part, like the romantic lead in a Hallmark movie? Presumably
I would love to. I would love to. I want to dabble in some comedy. I would love to do some comedy. I love a challenge. I love something that maybe I'm not as strong at yet. I would love to take any, whatever is meant for me. I don't want to just stick to the. I can't help that the badassery just shines through.
It does. It kind of does.
I'm sorry.
How about? Let me pitch something to you. How about a Hallmark movie where you come back to your hometown, leaving the big city, and you find the guy who broke your heart 20 years before, and it turns out he's a jerk and you beat the crap out of him. I'm sorry,
That's happened. It's fine.
Oh, really? Oh. That's another show for HBO. We're lining up projects for you. Well,
that'd be a documentary.
Well, Kali Reis, it is a pleasure to talk to you, and we have asked you here, as we do with everyone, to play a game. And in your case, we're calling it
The Future is Here.
And by here, we mean Las Vegas, because that's where every year the Consumer Electronics Show happens. It just wrapped this year. It's the annual convention where tech companies show off their newest innovations, hopefully to the public that will love them. So we're going to ask you 3 questions about the CES, Consumer Electronics Show, past and present. If you get 2 right, you'll win a prize for one of our listeners. Bill, who is Kali Reis playing for?
Christopher Wolf of Philadelphia, Pennsylvania.
All right.
Hey, go Birds!
Here's your first question. At the 2017 CES, Intel made waves when they introduced their newest VR headset, which they handed out to members of the media, along with what? A nurse with an IV so they wouldn't have to stop playing and, eat. B, protective gear for when they banged into each other while playing the games. Or C, barf bags.
C.
You're right. You knew it.
Yes.
And you're right, yeah. If you've... The demo program that they tried out included jumping off helicopters, traveling to Vietnam, flying high with a drone, and in some cases, apparently, projectile vomiting. All right. Good. You did that really well. Now, there are always robots being demoed at CES, but in 2020, the most exciting new robot had one purpose. What was it? A, to open your car door from the inside if you lock your keys in the car. B, to look up people's names that you have forgotten at a party. Or C, to bring you a roll of toilet paper if you run out while you are in the bathroom.
I'm going to go with C because I hope that exists.
It does. You're right. A tech company partnered with Charmin to create a new robot which you operate with your smartphone from the toilet.
I need that.
We all do. But here's the thing. So you have the wherewithal, the foresight to set up the robot in its little niche, wherever it is, with a roll of toilet paper on it, all set to go. Why don't you just put the roll of toilet paper in the bathroom? All right.
Because sometimes stepchildren forget to put it in the bathroom, and then you're stuck there with no toilet paper. That's
I'm just going to say, I haven't seen all your projects as a performer, but I've never seen you more vulnerable than you were in that moment.
see, I just gave you like an audition of my vulnerability.
I know, man. I am ready to cast you in your latest project about a vulnerable, sensitive woman who's caught in a bathroom with no toilet paper.
That's going to be my first short.
Absolutely. We are planning a career here. Okay, last question. You were doing this pretty much about as well as you have done everything else you have ever attempted. At this year's CES, one manufacturer introduced a new device with which you can enjoy music. What is it? A large case with 2 built-in stereo speakers known as an iBoombox. B, a lollipop that plays music inside your head when you suck on it. Or C, a robot bassist complete with genuine bassist scent. Yeah.
What was B again?
B was a lollipop that plays music inside your head while you suck on it.
I'm going to go with B because that sounds kind of cool.
You're right again. I mean,
awesome.
Your competence extends to everything. When you put lollipop star, that is what it is called, in your mouth, it vibrates against your teeth, which connects to your face bones, which connects to your ear bones, and it comes in 3 flavors, or rather, songs. Bill, how did Kali Reis do on our quiz?
Well, if I don't get it right, she's going to come down and beat the living hell out of me. Fortunately, I don't have to because she is perfect. 3 in a row.
There you go.
Haley.
I mean, honestly, Kali Reis is an Emmy-nominated actress and member of the International Women's Boxing Hall of Fame. You can see her in the new movie Mercy that is out next week. Kali Reis, what a pleasure to talk to you. Thank you so much for joining us on Wait, Wait, Don't Tell Me. Thank you. In just a minute, Bill pays tribute to some grateful gams in our Listener Limerick Challenge. Call 1-888-WAIT-WAIT to join us on the air. We'll be back in a minute with more of Wait, Wait, Don't Tell Me from NPR.
This message comes from Mint Mobile. This holiday season, stop overpaying for wireless and switch to Mint. Shop 50% off unlimited plans at mintmobile.com/switch. Limited time offer. Upfront payment of $45 for 3 months, $90 for 6 months, or $180 for 12 months. Taxes and fees extra. Initial plan term only. Above 35 gigabytes, network may slow when busy. Capable device required. Availability, speed, and coverage varies. See mintmobile.com. Support for this podcast and the following message come from sponsor Mint Mobile. Got a big spending hangover after the holidays? This January, quit overspending on wireless with a limited time offer for 50% off unlimited premium wireless at mintmobile.com/wait. Upfront payment of $45 for 3 months, $90 for 6 months, or $180 for 12 months. Taxes and fees extra. Initial plan term only. Above 50 gigabytes, network may slow when busy. Availability, speed, and coverage varies. See mintmobile.com.
From NPR and WWDTM Chicago, this is Wait, Wait, Don't Tell Me, the NPR News Quiz. I'm Bill Curtis. We are playing this week with Luke Burbank, Rachel Coster, and Hari Kondabolu. And here again is your host at the Studebaker Theater in Chicago, Illinois, Peter Sagal.
Thank you, Bill. In just a minute, we get to the rhymiest part of our show. It's called the Listener Limerick Challenge. If you'd like to play, give us a call at 1-888-WAIT-WAIT. That's 1-888-924-8924. Right now, panel, some more questions for you from the week's news. Hari, scientists have known for years that unlike all other animals, and this is true, of course, wombat poop is cube-shaped. You all knew that, right? Mm-hmm. But a new study finally tells us why that is. What's the reason?
They're robots.
They're not robots. They're wombats. They're a wonderful Australian marsupial. I guess they have the stinkiest inboxes in the animal kingdom.
They're trying to repel predators. And with
what arrives in your inbox? Your inbox.
Mail.
Which is a kind of
paper. It's kind of correspondence.
Yes,
it's a way to communicate with the other wombats.
They're communicating with other wombats with their square poop. You got it. Yes.
That's insane.
Some species, like us, communicate by email or text. Some do it via poop cubes. Here's the amazing part. All the wombat messages begin, I hope this poop cube finds you well.
If I was pooping square, I'd leave that behind for my roommates to find to send a very powerful message. I've got something extremely cool going on in my body.
Yeah. So wombats tend to be loners. They avoid each other in the wild, but they like to poop in common areas, and they do it to let the other wombats who are around know that they're there and more or less who they are. It's sort of like very stinky, hello, my name is badges, right? And the reason they poop in cubes is so these very important messages to other wombats do not roll away.
Wow.
Isn't that amazing? And it's also so the wombats can use them as dice afterwards. Trust me, you do not want to play wombat Yahtzee. Luke, new editor-in-chief Barry Weiss has been remaking CBS News, and in just a few months...
I've heard.
Yes. And in just a few months, she's already lost 1 million viewers. So, to make the newscast more fun and relatable, they have announced a new weekly feature in which anchor Tony DeCopel will do what on air?
Drink
Yes,
Jack Daniels whiskey.
That's right.
Oh, no.
CBS News is testing a segment with their new anchor called Whiskey Fridays with Tony DeCopel. I know it's hard to believe, but as Walter Cronkite might say if he were working at CBS News today, that's the way it is. So, it's great. Drinking segment. Instead of throwing to commercial, they'll throw up to commercial. And as you said, a picture of the set shows an anchor desk in the middle of what looks like a homey bar with a Jack Daniels sign prominently displayed. And if you're wondering how this whole idea is being received, Jack Daniels, the company, put out a statement saying they had nothing to do with it.
Oh, my God.
That's true.
Yeah.
Imagine if your behavior is so embarrassing that Jack Daniels doesn't want anything to do with it.
Another W for the Tiffany Network.
Exactly. Now, Mr. DeCopel, who is on board with the new program, he posted to Twitter this week, quote, "You may not agree with everything you hear on our broadcast, but we trust you to hear it," unquote. So I guess it's also...
You're going to listen up.
Yeah, I guess I guess we can deduce it's also Whiskey Tuesdays with Tony DeCopel.
Wait, so he's just saying that you might not agree with what we're saying, but you're going to hear it? The average age of a CBS viewer is like 98. Like, I don't know if they're going to hear it.
It's true.
Respectfully.
Respectfully.
Yeah.
Forgot where I was for a second.
Yeah. Coming up, it's Lightning Fill in the Blank, but first it's the game where you have to listen for the rhyme. If you'd like to play on air, call or leave a message at 1-888-WAIT-WAIT. That's 1-888-924-8924. You can come see us most weeks right here at the Studebaker Theater in downtown Chicago, and you can also catch us on the road. And if you live in Chicago and want to come hang out with our panelists without me constantly interrupting them, come check out our special Comedy Grab Bag live stand-up show. March 11th at the Den Theater in Wicker Park. Adam Burke will be hosting along with Alzo Slade, Joelle Nicole Johnson, and more. For tickets and more information for all of our live events, go to nprpresents.org. And while you're at it, head over to nprshop.org and check out our new merch. Grab one of our new Wait Wait tees and sweatshirts, and we can be twinsies. Hi, you're on Wait Wait, Don't Tell Me.
Hi, my name is Ken, and I'm from Champaign, Illinois.
Hey, Ken, how are things down in Champaign?
A little chilly, a little windy, but not too bad.
Not too bad. And what do you do there?
Well, when I'm not chasing after my 4-year-old or working from home, I play a lot of board games.
Really? You're one of those board game geeks that I know and admire so much.
I'm probably a little bit past that. The collection's sitting around 2,100 items.
2,100 different board games? I guess I should ask, what is your favorite?
It doesn't quite work like that.
Peter, you've embarrassed yourself again.
I really have. So wait a minute. So how does it work?
Well, okay. What movie would you watch with your kids, and is that the same movie you'd watch with your wife?
Well, yes.
Pirates of the Caribbean, Pirates of the Caribbean.
Yeah. Well, welcome to the show, Ken. Bill Curtis is going to read you 3 news-related limericks with the last word or phrase missing from each. If you can fill in that last word or phrase correctly in 2 of the limericks, you will be a winner. You ready to play?
I think so.
Okay, here is your first limerick.
With Bob Weir's guitar in support, The Grateful Dead gladly held court. And with his style of dress, his legs would impress, 'cause he cut off his jeans really
short.
Yes, short. When Grateful Dead founding guitarist Bob Weir transitioned to the actual Dead last week. You realize they were asking for it from the beginning for that time. Fans around the world paid tribute to him, observing a moment of silence that was, in honor of his music, 16 minutes long. But people didn't celebrate just his music. They also celebrated his iconic short shorts. They were such a part of his identity that Deadheads, this is true, do not call, cut-off jeans Daisy Dukes. They call them Bobby shorts. The rest of us might call them uncomfortably shorts.
Wait, so he would just play with his butt cheeks hanging out?
Pretty much.
Wow.
Yeah.
The whole point of those concerts is to trip on drugs, not your pant leg.
That's true.
So it's important to keep them tight to the body.
That's absolutely true. All right, here is your next limerick.
Not all princes can dance at our ball, and some short kings might just start a brawl. To enter our club, you can't be a wee cub. You must be at least 6 feet
tall.
Yes, a nightclub in London is only letting men enter if they are over 6 feet tall. As to why they are doing that and what happens inside, how am I supposed to know?
They're all just grabbing stuff off shelves, bumping into stuff.
Here, Bill, let me climb on your shoulders. I have an idea. The event, it's these one-off events. They've already sold out. It's called Land of the Giants.
Oh, God.
You know what would make this really funny? If these guys line up to get in, they get in, and the ceiling of the club is like at 5'10". And all the guys trying to pick up the girls are coming and are like, "Hey, ow! I mean, what's your ow name?" Here is your last limerick.
My green Buddha gets prayers and respect. You see weird ears, but I didn't check. You say he's an ogre with bad swampy odors. Turns out I've been praying to
Shrek.
Shrek, yes. A woman in the Philippines worshipped a green figurine for 4 years, believing it was a statue of the Buddha. Only to finally discover it was actually a little figurine of Shrek. Now, I know you're laughing. How could this be? But if you knew what it looked like, it would make more sense to you. First, picture Shrek. That's what it looked like. According to one article about this woman's mistake, quote, with its round shape and gentle expression, she believed it to be a depiction of Buddha and treated it with great reverence. Is it really that much of a mistake? Shrek is also a source of enlightenment. What is the sound of one donkey farting? Mm-hmm.
I have to say I feel for her. As a girl dating in New York City, I've also worshipped the wrong nasty guy for a really long time. And I regret it too.
Yeah. We're not going to judge. Bill, how did Ken do in our quiz?
He did perfect. Way to go, Ken.
Congratulations, you've won our game.
Thank you.
Take care.
Thank you. Have a good one.
Support for this podcast and the following message come from Fisher Investments. SVP Judy Abrams reflects on the importance of Fisher Investments' holistic approach.
I think individuals really like the fact that we can help them with their estate planning. We can help them with their Social Security questions, their Medicare questions. We can especially help them figure out what their income resources are going to be in retirement. So we're going to be asking you questions to make sure we truly understand what's going on with you. Then we can make decisions not only for the present moment, but also for whatever direction you're going into. When clients realize that it's not just managing the money, it's taking care of all these other areas of their life, then they can relax. They know they're in good hands.
Learn more at FisherInvestments.com. Investing in securities involves the risk of loss. This message comes from the John D. and Catherine T. MacArthur Foundation, recognizing extraordinarily creative individuals whose ideas, solutions, and discoveries expand people's expectations of what's possible. macfound.org.
Now on to our final game, Lightning Fill in the Blank. Each of our players will have 60 seconds in which to answer as many fill-in-the-blank questions as they can. Each correct answer now worth 2 points. Bill, can you give us the scores?
Rachel and Luke each have 2. Hari has 3.
All right, Hari is in first place. The other two are tied for second. So I will arbitrarily pick you, Luke, to go first. Here we go. The clock will start when I begin your first question, fill in the blank. On Wednesday, the White House said it would stop processing blank applications from over 50 countries.
Immigration.
Close enough. Visa. On Thursday, 17 players were charged with a scheme to shave points during college blank games.
Basketball games.
Right. This week, Russia launched another massive aerial assault on blank.
Ukraine.
Right. According to a new poll, over half of Americans think that blank officers are making cities less safe.
ICE.
Right. After naming his new mega yacht Izanami, billionaire Larry Ellison is renaming it because blank.
That name was already taken.
No, because people pointed out that it spells I am a Nazi backwards. On Wednesday, the IOC began a lottery to win tickets to the 2028 Summer Games in blank.
Los Angeles.
Right. This week, IOC officials said they'd definitely be ready for the upcoming Winter Olympics in Milan, despite reports that the ice hockey rink had blank.
Melted.
No, a hole in it. Olympics officials in Italy said the country will be 100% ready to host the Winter Games, despite the test event at the hockey arena being delayed thanks to a hole in the ice. They should model their prep on the TV show Heated Rivalry, where the only holes are off the ice.
We were all curious about how that sentence was going to end.
Bill, how did Luke do in our quiz?
He got 5 right, 10 more points, total of 12, puts him in the lead.
All right, very good, Luke.
For now.
Rachel.
Yes.
You're up next.
I'm ready.
Here we go. On Thursday, President Trump threatened to invoke the Insurrection Act to quell the protests in blank.
Minneapolis.
Right. On Sunday, the DOJ said they'd opened a criminal investigation into Federal Reserve Chair blank.
I don't know.
Jerome Powell. On
Sorry
Thursday,
about that.
It's okay. On Wednesday, Microsoft agreed to pay higher electricity bills in cities where they build blanks.
AI,
right.
Yeah.
Data centers,
Data
that's right.
centers.
This week, a bear in California who was finally removed from a crawl space by wildlife officials immediately blanked.
Pooped.
No.
Sorry.
Moved into a neighbor's crawl space. On Monday, luxury retailer blank filed for bankruptcy protection. Right, that you know. On Sunday, Hamnet and One Battle After Another were the big winners at the 2026 Blank Awards. This week, a man who had collected a jar full of valuable U.S. coins was shocked when his partner blanked.
Just took them.
No, one brought them to the store and exchanged them all for a couple of dollars.
No.
The man's partner took the jar full of old coins, some he'd collected years ago and that were worth $1,000 each, and brought them to the store, to get rid of all that loose change, get paper money. Although lucky for him, and this is true, she did save, among all the coins, the Chuck E. Cheese tokens that were in there. Smart. The man was disappointed to lose such a valuable coin collection, but the woman is making up for it by mailing him an apology note every day using those old stamps he had lying around. Bill, how did Rachel do in our quiz?
4 right, 8 more points. 10 puts her in second place.
All right, how many then does Hari Kondabolu need to win?
5 to win.
All right, here we go. Hari, this is for the game. On Tuesday, Bill and Hillary Clinton refused to appear before the House Oversight Committee investigating the blank files.
Epstein.
Right. Amid the ongoing government crackdown, several European countries urged their citizens to leave blank.
Leave their homes.
No, leave Iran. On Wednesday, an outage of blank's cellular network left tens of thousands without service.
Verizon?
Yes. This week, a TV station in Japan regularly interrupted a horror movie to broadcast blank.
Godzilla.
No, they interrupted the movie to broadcast a monk who offered a prayer every time the evil ghost killed someone. Don't want people to worry. After a 4-year hiatus, K-pop giants Blank announced a world tour.
BTS?
Right. This week, Blank rates fell to their lowest level in 3 years.
Interest?
Close enough. Mortgage rates. This week, a man developed a new invention that you affix to your car's back bumper that allows the cars behind you to blank.
Go to hell.
No. Nor does it suggest that they do that. No, it allows the people in the cars behind you to watch TikToks while they are all stuck in traffic with you. It's called Honk to Swipe. It's a tablet attached to the back of your car that lets people watch TikTok and scroll to the next video by honking their horn. The tablet, of course, is mounted high on the car above the trunk, so it won't be ruined when people inevitably rear-end your car because they are watching TikTok. Bill, did Hari do well enough to win?
Well, he did well. He got 4 right, 8 more points for 11, but that means Luke is our champion today.
Congratulations. Coming up, our panelists predict, now that we're going back to the moon, what are we going to find there? But first, let me tell you all, Wait, Wait, Don't Tell Me is a production of NPR and WBEZ Chicago in association with Urgent Haircut Productions, Doug Berman, Benevolent Overlord. Philip Gotica writes our limericks. Our public address announcer is Paul Friedman. Our tour manager is Shayna Donald. Thanks to the staff and crew at the Studebaker Theater. BJ Liederman composed our theme. Our program is produced by Jennifer Mills, Miles Norboss, and Lillian King. Special thanks this week to Mohamed El-Sheikhi and Monica Hickey. Peter Gwynn will defend Gwynland at all costs. Our visual host is Emma Choi. Technical direction is from Lorna White. Our CFO is Colin Miller. Our production manager is Robert Newhouse. Our senior producer is Ian Kellogg. And the executive producer of Wait, Wait, Don't Tell Me is Mike Danforth. And before we leave you, this week, we lost our former senior producer, Murad Abid, known to us and all his many friends at NPR News as Rod. Rod led our show in the early years from when it was a struggling show in just a few stations to a mainstay of public radio, most importantly, by taking us from recording in a studio each week to in front of a live audience, which is why, in my opinion, we are all still here. So we owe Rod a tremendous debt, and if you enjoy our show, you do too. Now, panel, when we go to the moon again, what are we going to find? Luke Burbank.
A platoon of Scandinavian swimmers.
Rachel Coster.
It's already seeing someone. We waited too long.
And Hari Kondabolu.
Jimmy Hoffa.
And if any of that happens, panel, we'll ask you about it on Wait, Wait, Don't Tell Me.
Thank you, Bill Curtis. Thanks also to Rachel Coster, Hari Kondabolu, and Luke Burbank. Thanks to all of you for listening. I'm Peter Sagal. We'll see you next week. This is NPR.
This message comes from MIDI Health. Co-founders Dr. Kathleen Jordan and CEO Joanna Strober discuss why they started a virtual care platform for women in perimenopause and menopause.
The symptoms and experiences that women have in midlife, I think, were underappreciated or possibly even trivialized. The changes of perimenopause and menopause create a broad spectrum of symptoms and can actually lead to long-term health issues, but too few clinicians are trained in it.
I also want to add, often the type of care that women are needing is very iterative. It requires trying different medications, learning about their body, and learning how to take care of themselves. And so what we've tried to do at MIDI Health is create a new type of care system that is responsive to women's needs and helps them take care of themselves and stay healthy instead of just treating disease.
MIDI Health, committed to helping women in midlife with perimenopause and menopause care, accessible via telehealth visits at joinmidi.com.